Hello. See my mentor Sade. Life
Kale
is
mabuga, kale
kenkele,
mabuga,
kenkele,
kale mabuga,
kenkele,
kale mabuga,
kenkele,
ajá wọn láyà,
kenkele,
ọmọ kò sóṣì, nàbí
kenkele.
gẹ́gẹ́ Australia.
Hello, everyone. We see this collabo, eh? This
Uh-uh.
collabo. It's
Pure.
choke, it's choke. Live from
You go
Australia.
choco, then
Ah,
go take.
I am giving you our own one and only mentor Sade in UK that Australia stole from us.
Humility will not allow me to say thank you, ma.
The one and only mentor Sade that every UK nurse knows. Life in Australia. Hey, round of applause. Quack, 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 quack. I am very excited to see you, man.
Thank you, my beautiful
Welcome,
sister.
welcome, welcome. Thank you
Thank you so much.
again
Thank you
being
very
with
much.
me. Yeah, it's been because this Australia, they are the extreme of the world. Me, I'm in
We
US.
are
Chief
extreme.
is
We are in the front of the whole world.
in fact, the
We
time
lead the
difference.
world.
The time difference has been something else. The time difference from US to Australia, even to UK and everything. But we're happy we're able to do this at last. So welcome, Mentor Shade. I'm
Thank
very
you very
excited
much.
to see you. This your glasses, last one. This one is Australian star. Hey, let them be.
Actually, I inherited this from Charlie Land, so no
uh,
worries. I'll still get the Australian one. With
ah,
Australian one, there will be much steeze, much
much
composure,
composure.
much demoriness.
Of
Yeah,
course now. So thank
here
you
we
very
are.
much, Mentor Shade. I'm sure people have been waiting for this collabo, really. Like,
Yeah.
let's do this. Let us talk about Australia. Because I know
Okay.
that this Australia, you are like especially the UK nurses, you are like their mentor. Everybody, even
Mm,
Rihanna was there. So and people
God
that
is
have
the only mentor.
yeah, on this world, yeah, of course, you have to have godly mentors, spiritual mentors, financial mentors, education mentors, work mentor. So, in the work
Mm, okay.
aspect, we'll say you are one of them.
Thank you
So,
very much. It's an honor.
you're welcome. Ma. So, now we want to talk about Australia. Obviously, I'm not going to be comparing Australia to US. We want to compare Australia to UK first because most people are wanting to move from the UK to Australia. I know we did a
Okay.
video about UK and US, and you interviewed me, and I talked about the differences I've seen so far. So now, just briefly, before we delve into the real cocoa gongo gongo, how is Australia in general? I heard that place is very big and beautiful. Is it true?
Yeah, Australia is big and beautiful, my sister. Thank you for having me here. Australia is, as in, very, very big. But when I saw it on the map, it doesn't appear that big. In fact, they classify it as the second to the smallest continent. So, whatever the reason
Wow.
being. But when we were coming, when we entered Australia, before we got to the airport where we'll be touching down,
Mm.
we were still in the air for 4 hours, or is it on the air for 4 hours? So we flew 12 hours from India to the airport where we touched down here. But then 4 out of those 8 hours were within this Australia, because
Ah,
we enter from that side called Darwin, Northern Territory, which
uh,
is more like our northern Nigeria in terms of weather, would I say it like that?
mm,
Like it's very, very dry there.
okay.
It's
Like a
very hot
desert.
down there. So from the point we entered that Darwin, which is one of the territories around, we have 6 states and 2 territories.
Yeah. Mm.
And getting down at Melbourne, we were still in the air for 4 solid hours.
Wow. So that is very big. So how are the
Oh,
houses there? Because we know that could be cool. That was one of the one thing. Me, I like big houses. I was a part of
so
the
this
reason I left the UK was their houses. I know they have big houses in UK too, but I beg. I know. Even me,
so
I know the house. Tell us just briefly. The house.
so
How they know.
to me, I think people do say maybe I do defend UK with regards to housing. from my point of view, that's been my point of view. I do believe that each country is building with regards to the environmental needs. UK is quite cold now. If you now make the room so big, and they know their economy is not that, it's not that, the money is powerful, but the economy is not so buoyant.
It's not
So how
boring.
much will you spend to be heating up a room?
Mm,
And here is quite warm or hot,
mm,
whichever word you want to use to it. If you make the room so choky, then people will be dying of heat stroke. So
that makes sense.
rooms here are very big. I make bold to say that to anyone. I mean, very, very big. Very, very big rooms. My
I'm
sitting room, yeah, we have our open plan there. It's huge. I'm
I
sure
saw it
with what I
now.
have as a
Even me here in US, I still choke. I still say, ele opo, opo. Ah,
so maybe we should not just say UK is that we're living in cubicles. I think
our,
it's just the environmental need, honestly. But rooms in the UK are really, really small. You can easily drop my room in the UK into this room that I am, and I will still have a very good. I mean, I will have like another room like that, or maybe
imagine.
more than half of that same room in this same room. If you
Wow.
just drop it, if
Hmm.
I had my washroom and my wardrobe or whichever one to it, then I will conveniently have the double of my room in the UK in this particular
Wow.
room that I am. I mean,
Wow.
my bedroom in the UK.
Wow. That's
So
wow.
houses are quite big, wide, and lands around too are really big. You need to see my garage, honestly.
You showed me now. Even me, I choke. It's very
So
nice.
my garage will take a very good 7 seaters, very
Wow.
big one, two of them.
You can imagine.
And I
That's
have my laundry separately. I have my what do they pantry separately.
hey,
I
so I
have
will not come
my
to Australia like this.
just come now. Honestly, we need people like you.
Well, I'm liking my US too. I'm liking my US too. Well, our
um,
US too is also very is big. It's big. Like
eh,
what you're saying is up like most times the same thing because they have a bigger land mass, unlike
they
the
have,
UK.
but
Yeah.
my friend was, I mean, my big brother was still telling me that this one we are saying Australian houses are big. That US rooms or houses are bigger, because
Well,
it keeps going around and coming back.
that's
So I want
comparing.
to agree that you guys,
They have a big
your rooms
this your space that
are.
is small, it's also big. It's very similar. I would say maybe nearly the same thing, honestly.
Okay.
But I
Yeah,
understand the fact that you said UK because of the weather. You have a very good point there. However, remember UK is cold all year long. They really don't have that kind of it's cold all year long. Even the summer is very short. But when there
yeah.
is summer in the US, summer is way colder than it is in the UK. So in that regards, it's still not like, and the houses are big. So how are they managing? So I think it's still
I
not a
say
big
we
excuse.
factor economy too into what's
Yeah,
happening.
I
It's
think
the
that
UK is
economy
not
is,
that
yeah,
economically buoyant.
honestly, the economy and again the landscape there is very small. UK is very small island, so we
Stop
won't blame them.
blaming my Papa Charlie
We
land,
won't
though.
blame.
Now
We won't
then
blame.
give
I
us
know
all
that
this leverage. So
honestly, we're not here to blame UK. Of course, UK has very me. I have realized that now that I'm US, I there are some things I missed about the UK that I really miss, and I realized that the UK is more better than the US. So nowhere is perfect, really. So we are not trying to run down UK or anything, but there are always better places. You get what I mean? So moving on, I saw one of
yeah.
your posts, Mentor Jade, that you say, Australia is cold though. They have this. I said, I was shocked. What is happening? We used to know Australia. They have heat waves. They have all these fire outbreak because of heat and everything. So, what happened? Why is it cold again? I'm very surprised to have seen that your YouTube
See,
video.
when you leave the cities and you go to places like not even forest, Igbo Elegbeje, Igbo Olodumare.
Eh?
Yeah, because I'm sort of in a rural area, not
Okay.
rural like that, but it's a rural area. Like my population around is not up to 10,000.
Wow.
There is a way populace at least being
Mm,
populous make places warmer. But
mm.
I haven't experienced more than that day anyway.
Oh, that's true. That's
I
true.
still
That's
wear warm clothes. I think it is
true.
me because the kiddies and my husband hardly wear what I wear. Yeah, but that day was very cold. But I would say it did not exceed like 9 a.m. in the morning.
Okay. So it's not
Maybe because
like
it
it was
was
continuous, like it's cold.
no, it wasn't a continuous thing. No, it wasn't. I still
Oh,
see people in the church that wear light winter jackets, and they
okay.
have been complaining that this state we are like in Victoria-ish part of New South
Okay.
Wales.
Okay.
But I remember my Victoria pastor was still talking to us yesterday that Victoria or Melbourne is like that. That the
Okay.
weather you can't predict. It's like UK weather too for them. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure places like Queensland. In fact, the day I complained, people kept coming that, Mama, now you go where cold day. Oh, that where I am now, we are 23K, we are 23 degrees and
Wow.
it's still early morning.
Yeah,
Some
because
people were saying 22, 23, like that. And it was still like 7, 8 a.m. that time.
oh,
So it means I am the one that is living
I know
around
maybe
the
Australia,
god.
UK code has not left your body. Maybe that's why UK code that you are used to has not left your.
Well, right from before I came to the UK, I've always been like that.
Yeah, that's what another
So
thing I want to. Some people just feel
yes, I've always been like that in
yeah,
extra need of warmth. So I
yeah.
don't play with anything that will keep me warm.
That's okay.
But
So
I
the
would say
weather is good.
it's much better. So I can wear my slippers, go around. I don't need to keep up in any warm shoes. I don't
Mm.
need anything extra.
And
Yeah,
all year round is not like we can have cold times, but not like it's cold like snowing.
we are
Not
not
all
yet
the
in our summer. Oh. We are just we when we came, they said we are just moving out of winter. So
time.
we are in spring now. So we are springing forth, and it's really sensibly warm.
Okay, so even the winter is not like the winter of Canada or US or UK that will be like
No, no,
cold. Cold, like,
that winter, I was even told that in that winter that it's very warm outside.
wow. So it's a nice
Right?
weather generally. So you
I
people that
believe
don't
so.
like cold, though, I think Australia will be the best for you because this USA and UK is always very cold. US is cold too, and UK is cold all year round. So I think Australia gives someone that Niger kind of weather vibe. If people that don't like somewhere cold, I think
Especially some parts. If you are looking at places that I believe will be warm almost round the year, you look at Northern Territory, that place I said we came in through.
yeah.
You look at Queensland. I want to believe Queensland is warm and they have very good population. The place is cheaper, and so people are pushing themselves there, big, big, big.
Oh,
Then
okay.
you look at Perth. Perth is in Western Australia. So Perth is hot, like really hot. Places that one of my friends will be complaining that they will be complaining of flies. And
Uh,
like when I was in the northern part of Nigeria, they are always having flies because of the heat. So
yeah.
that's something you look at. So when you are looking
Yes.
at places that are warm, but
Oh,
then they've made so many things to make the place comfortable. Like all
yeah.
their areas are well netted. You will hardly see fly inside your houses. Hardly.
Mm.
And I doubt there would be those reptiles that will be able to come
Okay, so
in.
that will lead us to the which I was going to ask later, but since you have mentioned it, hey, Ameto Shade, you tell us how many be truthful, oh, how many anacondas has knocked at your door or visited you, or have you
So
opened the
there
door
was,
and you have seen, or how many alligators have come to your kitchen to eat your food, especially the anaconda, because that's what we are scared of, and I'm sure that's what so many people are scared of because of all these things they hear.
it doesn't work like that in real life. Oh. I have a big brother who's been here since 2005, and he said the only time he had seen snake was in the zoo all the while for over 20 years. That's like 20, like close to 20 years, would I say, right? So it's not all those stories we hear everywhere. There are places that I've seen someone who had seen snake, but apparently they work in areas where those guys could be very prominent. Not
Mm.
in the house, not in, you understand, people that do more of field works would
Yeah.
may likely come around them. But if you are in the hospital, if you are in your house, you're not likely going to. And there are places where they would be very much common. Like those places I mentioned to you that they are hot. And I know that in the US,
Uh,
one of my friends told me that he saw some children playing with snakes sometimes ago like
even
that.
me,
Yeah.
oh, I saw snake on my street that I can't ask you. I said, hey, so snake there, yeah. So it was even my children that saw it. We were going for a stroll. And then we saw this thing. Well, it was a tiny one. It was already dead. I think a car marched on it. Just second street to me. Since that day, me, I said, close the door. I beg. I said, me, I did not see snake all in my life in the UK, except in
I
Nigeria.
didn't see snakes don't like cold area. You are not likely going to see them there. And besides, houses are built very, very close like that. You're not likely going to see them. If you're going to see them, you see them in places that are hot,
Because
hot,
they like
hot
us weather.
places allow them. And sometimes if those places that are hot to have a change of weather to cold, you will now see them coming out to come
Mm.
and stay inside the sun.
Mm.
Aha.
So
So
snakes are in Nigeria too. I when
don't
I
mind people that say they don't want to come because of snake. Oh, eh?
snakes are in Nigeria. Me, I used to stay in like a in developing area while in Nigeria. So I saw
Those
it.
things are for pepper soup, honestly. I don't know why people are scared.
And all
Yeah.
this anta and everything. Because the kind of mentality they give us is like you enter like and there's one spider. Even I had one of my old friends. I said, I can never go to that Australia. They said the spider, if it bites you like that, might die.
I will not dispute that because there are areas that are really, really remote, like places that they don't have
Please
more than
mention those
1,000
some of
population.
the areas to also so that we'll be running from there, especially people that want to go to Australia. Maybe later on, if you collect those lists for us, for people that are afraid that I don't want snake, I don't want that, you need to
People
research
that don't
where they
want snake should as much as possible stay closer to the cities.
are.
They will pay the price in terms of accommodation fee or
Yeah.
whatsoever. When they want to get their mortgage, they will definitely pay the price in that sense. But aside that,
It's not like
everywhere
man
around.
as we used to. You know, social media can so much exaggerate things. So
Oh man, I was
you
joking
are
with someone
confirming
on
to
my
us now
platform
that
when she
it's not as bad as
said I was
that.
joking with the person. I told the person that the anacondas are my foot mat, so snakes
Abi,
are my pillow. So since I've come around, I'm sure the person caught
the
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 joke.
sarcasm in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've seen. I know there would be because at work we actually have kits for snake bites. So if they are not around,
Okay,
they
okay.
won't make
Yeah,
provisions for things that could be used for their emergencies. But
yeah.
how will you then walk into? If you are not working on the field, you are not a farmer.
Even
You
snake
are
will run
not
from you now.
a a construction person, like a
Mm,
new building site. Where would you see the snakes? You won't definitely. So
mm,
I haven't seen any. I haven't seen lizard. The day I thought I saw something that looked like it wasn't even that.
yeah, yeah.
Because that day my children called me and I was afraid and I went to be boiling water. In fact, I caught snake catcher. You know we have snake catchers.
Yeah.
We have snake catchers that you just call. It could be the council.
Okay.
If it's not the weekend, you call the council. They will
Wow.
send you something to come and catch the snake for you because you are not allowed to kill them. They are our queens and kings around.
Wow. Something that we used to make for you.
Oh, sue me, oh, I don't know wetin dey shark them. I call the snake, I can't look at this thing sef, no be snake. Oh. The way my children projected that thing to me, the kids they've been going there to peep at the creature. Oh. It
uh,
was, and I remember my daughter because she's very much inclined to all these animals and all those. Was telling me that it was a lizard. I said no, na snake. That's what to say this lizard.
thank God
And
you
I
didn't
said
wait
na.
the time of the snake catcher. The snake catcher will have come and did not
I
see any.
got snake catcher. The snake catcher did not even pick the call. So I went to read about the snake catcher. Some of them do charge money. Which kind of nonsense? Charge
Eh?
money on top waiting. I can't boil water. I say I go pour water on this thing. Hot water. But later I close the door. I no go there. I say my kids have been seeing that thing there since yesterday.
And they didn't come. Wow, wow.
So maybe
So yeah,
yesterday or 2 days ago, they've seen it there. The thing was just there. When my husband came, I said, madam, this is no be snake now. Wait.
because of all the things you have heard and everything, you kind of get scared. You have confirmed
Jesus,
to us
Jesus.
It's
So
not
it's
that
not
bad.
that bad, honestly.
Yeah.
People
So
should just
guys,
carry their
yeah,
kaya if they want to come. Come. This is
Abi,
not about.
you're afraid of snake. You're afraid of gun. You're afraid which one now?
Here in that UK, people do say that they do see foxes. Foxes too
Ah,
are
me fox.
carnivorous
The,
now.
the, the, the last I used to stay, me I used to. The foxes were there. They were playing around. I see them 24/7. Like if they walk around like it's dog or cat, and they
And
will be
they too
looking
are
at you.
some
Very
somehow
dangerous.
injurious.
Yeah, very
So
dangerous. Me, I used to run
what
from
is
them.
it
Oh.
about foxes?
So everywhere has its own. Okay, moving
But I
on.
tell you, the sight of snake could be really chilling. That could just be that. Mm.
So it's not that bad. We've confirmed that. Okay, moving on. Before we delve into the real deal, like we're just trying to understand how Australia life is. Food. How is food like? Because somebody told me that hey, in all those villages, oh, you will suffer, eh? There's no
Which
food.
kind of stuff? Are they
Like, let me
village now?
that you will not see food to buy. All those African foods you have to from Melbourne, you have to order them, and the cost of delivering and everything is so much. You just be eating all this oyinbo mede thing. That's so. So how is food like? Like, is it like as bad as this, I'm hearing it? Is it easily accessible? Can you get your own kind of African food? Are there African
So
stores around that you can easily, or even if it's ordering online, is it that like very expensive to do, or the food are easy?
I remember when we were growing up, there was this strong politician back then. My brother used to joke that that person they used to cook food for many people in that town. You possibly know the town or city, and
Yeah,
people will go there and be eating and eating and eating.
yeah. It's my
One of my brothers will say, "Want to tell your destiny?"
town. It's my
When
town.
it's not when it's not like people want to eat destiny as per food. You will be very comfortable. Honestly, when I was coming, I just zeroed my mind. Of course, we brought some things from the UK, honestly. We brought gari, we brought rice, we brought beans that had been shelled off. They peeled them off, and the one you can easily use to make akara. I brought that. I didn't bring whole beans, but we
Okay.
brought that. We brought egusi, we brought pepper, we brought Maggi, we brought condiments, so to say, many things. We brought many things. But at the same time, I've been to African shop. It's quite far from where I am, like
Okay.
3 hours plus drive
Mm,
in the main city, Melbourne. There was hardly anything that I needed that I couldn't find. Maybe I didn't see yam, I didn't see plantain, and the woman was saying they will be supplying plantain not long from that day. But me, before coming, I've zeroed my mind that I really want to eat what people where I'm going are eating. Because I could remember that in the UK, people that were able to make quick savings then um, were people that at some point they quickly switched into taking what the natives are eating. So I've zeroed up my mind that here I want to eat what people are eating. I don't want to be going around to be importing this, importing that, or looking for this and looking for that. But since we came, I've not even eaten much of Oyibo food. We are
mm,
still bouncing, we are enjoying everything. We've been to shop and there was nothing we couldn't find in the shop
wow.
except yam and plantain that we didn't see that day. And me,
Okay.
I've made up my mind that all those things that I cannot find will not even matter to me. So
Mm,
I've made up my mind before coming. And interestingly, kids can easily shift to
yeah.
whatever food they have around them. So it's good for them. But to say in terms of expenses,
Okay.
food, I would say, are quite much pricier than what we had in the UK. They
Okay.
are more expensive, but to me, they are
Affordable.
you can get them with ease. When you work for the money and you have the money and you can easily spend it, except if you are in your head converting everything to UK, everything you see in the market, convert it to UK price. Like when
Mm,
we were in the UK, some people convert to Nigeria price.
Nigeria price. I get.
If you are troubling yourself like that, if you ask me how much did I buy that, I don't even want to remember. So
Mm,
maybe if I want to remember, in case of if I get it next time, is it cheaper or
mm,
is it better?
mm,
Or is it
mm.
better in this shop than the other? Not that because it's more expensive now, I will not buy. But if it's
When
cheaper, I
you
can
have
buy two
to
or three of those. So you have food.
so
You
there's
you
food.
have them. Yeah.
So you
So
do you also have like Lidl or Audi, or like here in the US we have Lidl just like in the
o-
UK.
okay, we don't have Lidl, we have Aldi. We don't
You have
have
Audi.
Tesco, we have Coles,
Okay.
we have TK Maxx, we
Okay.
have Walmart. What is it?
Walmart. Walmart.
Woolmart.
Okay,
As
not Walmart.
yeah, WOOL, whatsoever it
Okay,
is.
okay,
We
okay.
have that. We have Costco, of course, in
Oh,
the
I think
main
that
city.
Costco is everywhere. It's in the UK too. Okay.
So yes, it is. So we have Costco, and things are quite cheap. In fact, especially their fuel. Their fuel is cheaper, and I don't
Mhm.
know, it doesn't goes off your vehicle more
Like it
easily
does
like
flow
the
away. It's true. I also find that here the fuel is very cheaper. My car, I just used 35 or $40 to fill up my tank. Unlike the UK, although it depends on the kind of car you use too, but I really fuel is cheaper here, much more cheaper, and they sell in gallon than in liter. So I find it
okay.
very way cheaper here too. So
So yeah, fueling is cheaper, so it's easier for us to go around. Since we'll be going around, as in going round, as in enjoying
wow.
every bit of it. So food wise, if people want to stay back because of food, you can't force an adult to just change their taste. People can decide to stay back
Hmm.
and enjoy the foods, because of course you have to give up some things to, but there was
Yeah,
nothing I
everything
did
is
not see in
pricey.
that African market. It's far, but once you are going, you just zero your mind, you are stocking up for the next 2 3 months.
Yeah, even if you can do 6 months, if.
Yeah, and you have the money to do the stocking. You
Hmm.
don't like we make money everywhere. In Nigeria, we make money to the
Yeah.
our ability there. In the UK too, here too, you make the money. Why would you not want to spend something on feeding
Mhm.
yourself and your family well?
Mhm.
Hmm? And the
Okay.
way, by the time you come, sef, if you come to Nigeria people, the way they will treat you, the first 2 months, you may not even need to buy food.
Wow. So
The
yeah,
kind
you
of
mean they are
they'll be
very
loading you with.
welcoming. They are very welcoming.
Oh, not even come near. I know in the UK too, we are much welcoming, but the financial capability to pull things out, to me, I'm
Ah,
not sure. Wait, maybe I was stingy in the UK, but
even
here,
me. I noticed that too. That people here are like, because somebody came to visit us and gave my children $100. Like not all of them gave the eldest 100, gave the other one 70. Like the money he gave out was like 300 or something for my kids. I'm like, wow. Me, I cannot give someone. I don't want to say it like so that they will not say the whole place is very stingy. But where will I see now? Imagine me giving somebody 300. That person, just, my husband's friend, he just came to. I said, wow. And I've noticed that I've had people that take me out to restaurants here and they pay and they're like, yeah, eat everything, like eat, and they pay for it. I'm like, wow. This is so. I really think it's because if you have money, of course you will spend it. But if it's
that's
more
the
that you
way.
have that you are managing,
That is
you
the
have to
way.
manage
See,
and budget it now.
they choke me, or they be choking us with love, like choking us
Wow.
with gifts, choking us with
Yeah.
items. Yeah.
Wow.
When I came, the people that were already here that came from the UK, the kind of table they set before us that day, almighty.
Wow.
And
Wow.
after that, this person came with prepared stew, came with fresh
Wow.
blended pepper, came with fried or whatever,
Wow.
fried meat,
Wow.
came with chicken, came with fresh beef,
Wow.
fresh
Hmm.
chicken.
So
They came like that.
yeah, you have just been eating and eating like
Came with raw rice. The
wow.
second day, they prepared food for my family again. You know, when you can feed a family of, you know my number now. And the
Wow.
second day again, you feed that family.
Wow.
You
That's
are not struggling with food, though. So
obviously.
it's not the you know, I don't switch to our local accent now completely. Now, the second family, next thing, they brought us big fish. The fish still there inside my freezer. I still don't get time to cook am.
Wow.
You understand? And some other things. The third family, they came with all those food that children used to eat, chin,
Wow.
biscuits, sweet, all those things. Then I was surprised. Powdered milk that I bought from the UK, thinking I won't get, because my some of my
Mm,
kids love powdered milk and ogi, all
mm,
those things.
mm. They
Came
even
with
bought them for you.
big powdered milk
Wow. That's
and
lovely.
Milo, Nigeria Milo. These
Wow.
people have money. They have money, except if you
Well,
don't want, if you want to stress yourself for no reason. Now, when I went to church, the very first day I went to church, we just picked the number online. We did not call them. People wanted to go and surprise them. When we got there, it was the day they don't go to church. They do Bashia, GCK
okay.
week. We do Bashia worship. So we drove like 3 hours plus. And the person said, "Where were you coming from?" I said, "So please, okay, please let
Wow.
me talk with my husband." And next thing they called us, "Please, could you come to our house?" I was surprised. Someone that
Wow.
never knew us, never seen us. We never informed them we will be
See,
coming.
Australian people look like seem very friendly. Oh,
See, UK is not like that. She not even tell me before, say she dey come. Make they you dey na you go dey take care of yourself. Like this is not someone I've ever seen
God,
in
they are
my life. Oh.
friendly.
I've never seen them. I never heard from them.
Wow.
Nothing. And they
Wow.
invited us home, and we went there. They've prepared many things, bread. Cause that Costco bread since then I've been buying because I just
Wow.
love it. Very
Yeah.
tiny, very lovely. Pick it and eat it, and it's not like what the kiddies will waste.
That's
So
beautiful.
everything they put on the table for us, because we were even tired, we couldn't eat as much. It was a whole big
Like a
chicken,
big feast.
like barbecue stuff, and we couldn't eat much like anything. All the meat, they pack everything for us. Oh.
They gave you.
She
Hey.
packed garri, oh, she packed beans. Me that was coming, I didn't bring any beans because I didn't want to bring all beans. I didn't bring. They
Oh,
packed beans, they packed garri, they
wow.
packed the whole bread, they
So
packed the
where
whole
they
food.
still need to buy? Obviously, they are where they can buy. So the story
Relax,
that you can't
see.
buy things is, I know
Relax,
it's
the
true.
next Sunday wey now be physical Sunday, they've called us, they booked hotel for us to come earlier. We came a day before. As we were landing, the pastor's wife, that is the state pastor's wife, brought us big rice that they've cooked everything. Second day in the church, they say, they brought something little for us. So pastor was like, we can't, we need to bring the car. We want to move back to back packing.
So
Because
that
there
they
was
can
no way to
also
even be lifting those things and be bringing them to the other. There are too many.
So are these
Food,
Nigerian
sorghum,
pastors?
millet, rice, garri, ogi of maize, ogi of sorghum, ogi of millet. In fact, relax and what is it? Goat meat.
Ah,
Hey!
it's like I'll come on. Let me quickly be checking for flight tickets. Before you finish all those food, let me quickly be checking for flight ticket. Oh, I'll come and visit you in
See,
Australia. Before you finish
amala,
all those
all
food.
those things were inside the pack. A carton like the carton that they used to
Wow.
sell in all those markets in the UK. Carton of tomatoes.
Who can give somebody like that in the UK? Even you or me, that I know you very well. Eh? I did not give you that kind of gift. Oh, neither did you give me that kind of gift with
So
our
people should
no
just rest
salary.
their mind on this food or no food. Yes, that one. Last week we still visited someone. Just see table, pounded yam, a riro in one big bowl,
Wow.
one big plate.
Mentor Shade, that brings me to another question because you have answered it. It seems that you are beginning to, because part of the other things that I personally thought about, because I really had my community of people in the UK. For example, you are my very good sister and friend. Even in my where I used to work, I've that community, I've built that friendship. We go for each other's birthdays, church activities, and all. So I was thinking of, oh, this, how will I feel when I get to the US? Like, how will I make friends and everything? Well, from what you were saying now, it seems because that's another thing that people reason about, because it's true, you have to have that community, that support system, and that, because obviously Australia is big. You can just say, oh, they will throw me somewhere, because I have spoken to those people, and those are their fears. Like, Australia is big, so only me will not be in one place, whether city or village. I won't have friends. Like, the community of Nigerians or Africa, like we have in the UK, is not in the Australia. But the little one you've said is like you're already building that community of friendship and everything, which I think has answered my question, isn't it?
It
So,
is.
okay, that's good. That's good.
It's only if you want to ostracize yourself because Australian they like grooves. They have the time to groove. They have the money to groove, and
Oh,
they do the grooving.
wow, that's
Yeah,
lovely.
they
That's
have the time. They
lovely.
have,
Okay,
even if you are far away.
let's move on.
Like
Oh,
now, my church is already planning to shift base from all the churches around Melbourne to come to us. We
so that
are 3 hours plus away from them to come for. They are already planning with my husband that Christmas, so they do barbecue
Wow.
visitation.
Wow.
So they are already planning. And besides,
So they're not like bored, like, oh,
you
I'll
know,
meet all
when
my
we were
friends.
coming to the UK too, we were encouraging our friends to come to places that you have people around. Don't go and
Mm,
ostracize yourself somewhere.
oh,
Of course, it could still come to that a bit, but not terribly. I have someone that is going about 1 hour away from a community that is very small, about 3,000 population, but at least they are closer to some people who are already strong people around. But when
mm,
it comes to like the person we visited on Sunday, at some point I was asking the husband, "Ṣé àǹtí máa ń ṣe àsè ni?" Ó ní wọn kì í ṣe àsè o. Every like the things you see there, the things you see there, like say big pot that
wow.
can
Oh,
occupy
so
like
that
50
means,
people food. You
oh
understand?
my,
She said everything. Pé táwọn bá ti ń ṣe when we are doing all these community get-togethers that
oh,
she owns everything.
good. So no
So
boring moments.
you know,
That's
except
good.
you want to draw yourself and you have the time. It's
You
not
have the
like you have the
time.
time. I'm
Hmm.
working in a busy place, but I haven't had joint pain since I came around. So
Okay, so
why would not I not have time to
let's
flex?
now move the more serious notes. Now, all those ones is just so that you can give yourself, my people, you can give yourself a picture of how Australia is in general, and so that we can debunk those myths that you might have been listening to by people on social media and everything. So you can hear Australia is groovy, is big, is spacious. The community is very friendly. The food there you can get, Costco, everything they are there. Yeah, you can get. Although there are still something, even in the UK, there's some part of the UK that you would also not get things like you could, depending on the community you are. So, and apart from that, most importantly, if you have money to buy something, then you get it, isn't it? So, money can only be somebody's constraint. So, all those ones will give you a picture or
Soft land.
foundation of how Australia is, which our mentor Shade here has been able to explain to us in details. Thank you very much. Now, thank you very much. If you have any questions, my people, put it down in the comment section about anything we did not discuss in this video. And our lovely mentor Shade would always be happy. She's very informative. We all know her now. She's good. She's explanatory. She's detailed. She will be willing and happy to make any further clarifications you might have.